Blessings, you guys. Your girl coming back in with another one, and this one's different. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to stand right here. I try not to do the walk videos because it's just like facing down, and I'm trying to just have something to look at when I'm doing these outside videos. But somebody kid is over there crashing out. It's a birthday party, and this one kid is ruining the whole entire party, screaming to the top of its lungs. Okay, got that out. So today's video is about when certain terms trigger them. Okay, now because of the internet and a lot of people that does content about certain things, people are starting now to, get the definition of certain terms. I remember when I first, figure out the narc thing. And I was like, I didn't even know what a narc was. I was like, what the hell was this I was dealing with or whatever. But I said it in other videos. I didn't know what a narc was. But because I come from a very spiritual family, I knew I was dealing with a demon. So when I confronted the situation, that's all I said. Like, I gotta go. I'm dealing with a demon. Which was basically a narc. That's exactly what it was, but I didn't know it was a term for it. So when you're talking to certain individuals, especially if it's a disagreement or whatever, and you're clocking them on something that they did, and you throw terms out, and they get triggered and get upset, and now their focus is just on the term, that is the biggest damn red flag. Okay? Because they know who they are. They know who they are. They know what they are. They know what they do. That's just like if you're just having a regular conversation with someone very humble, very wholesome, very spiritual, and you guys just having a regular conversation and you both realize that the conversation was about a blessing. And you both said that, like, oh, that was a blessing. Yeah, that was a blessing. Because you knew what the term of blessing mean, but it didn't trigger you. You recognized it because you're not a narc. You're not an evil person. You recognize the term, so you address the conversation with the term. So when you're using terms like, oh, I think you're gaslighting me, and they start to crash out and be like, gaslighting you? What you mean gaslighting you? Ain't nobody gaslighting you, blah, blah, blah. Because if they didn't know what it meant, they would say that I don't even know what that means. But if they automatically start defending themselves, when you be like, no, this is gaslighting. No, you're projecting. No, this is triangulation. Oh, no. You're like clocking it. And they're getting upset. Or you might just flat out call them a narc. Like, you're a narc. You're a narcissist. And they really blow up because they know. They know the terms and they know who they are. So this one particular lady, she posted on Am I the A-hole? And usually some people they'll tell their side of the story, they be honest, and you be like, yeah, it was you. But majority of the people, when they're telling a story, people be like, no, you weren't the A-hole, and then they'll explain why. Okay. Now, two things I got out of this when a lady wanted to know was she the A-hole about her fiance, that he didn't want to participate. They don't have no kids or nothing, but he didn't want to participate in things in the house and split them evenly. Like if she clean, he cleans. If she cook, he cooks. If whatever, okay? But he tends to think that she's only supposed to do one particular thing because of her gender. So she asked the question, am I the a-hole on a forum? And she said he found it. Now this is where I call cap. Because most of those forums, it is so many, so you really don't know where people are going to be posting. Unless you're just someone that just got so much damn time on your hands that you're going to be going through all the forums or whatever to read them or whatever, and then try to relate it to you or to try to think that it's about you. But you wouldn't even be on them forums if you don't think anybody, if you don't, how do I say this? If you don't think anybody would post anything about you, but if they did, I wouldn't give a damn. I'm not going to be going over there looking all over the internet to see if someone posted something about me. But what gave me a red flag was she posted, and it was like maybe a day or two he comes and confront her about the post, saying, oh, why did you post this? And she tried to play like she didn't know, and then he started reading the post. And he was like, why would you post this? And you got strangers, and I'm reading the comments, and people are calling me this and calling me that. We could have communicated about this and whatever. And she said, I've been telling you for a year. And that's the thing. You always tell them and tell them and tell them. But when you stop talking, or you're getting advice from somewhere else, or a therapist or whatever, it could even be a therapist. Your therapist don't know what they're talking about, blah, blah, blah. Okay, right. So you be telling them, but when they just ignore it, they don't give a damn. They don't give a damn. So my red flag with that was, how did you find that? Out of all the thousands and millions of posts that people put out there, and they all in separate categories, because sometimes people will post like something in the wrong form. Like it usually will be like, I'm an a-hole, I'm married, blah, blah, blah. Or I have a secret I gotta tell. So you wouldn't put am I the a-hole and the secret gotta tell when it's about something else. Okay? But for him to go directly right to what she posted, no. He's somehow been watching her stuff, or was in her phone or her computer or whatever, because that would have been my question. While he questioning her, that would have been my question, or at least my thought. And then, so when he's like telling her, like, you telling people and they're saying it's about let me go back. The first thing I thought, you worried about what some people think about you that don't even know you, but you don't even want to think about the person that know you, what they think about you. So you're more concerned about people that don't know you and you don't know them and their opinions about you, which what she was discussing was actually true, because it was something that you did and said. So then when she told him that he was gaslighting, excuse me, when she told him that he was gaslighting, that's when he like flew off the handle. That's when he like exploded and totally crashed out, you know. And then like wanted to go to her, threaten her, like, we need to rethink this because we can't communicate. You know, we shouldn't get married. Maybe we should postpone it. Blah 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 blah. Whatever. Fine. But the woman did. She said, over a year I've been telling you this, and over a year I've been telling you that. But the only reason why he wants to postpone the wedding is from the comment and strangers. That's her cue to run and never look back. To never look back. That's her cue on what she's going to have to deal with. His childish behaviors, his emotions, his tantrums. Being a toddler, dangerous baby. That is crazy. World talk, that is crazy, because he's more concerned about that. And he called himself hurting her by postponing till they find out how they could communicate. What the hell is she supposed to do? Put a damn letter in the bottle and throw it in the ocean and hope he find it like he found that post? Make it make sense. But I got to go. That's going to be my video on this one. I got a couple of more I got to do, but like, yeah, it's a lot going on right now over here in this area. But y'all, yeah, tell me what you think. When certain terms trigger them, and they automatically know what they mean and get offensive, you already know. Red flag, clock that, no cap, be done. Be blessed.